All right, so I'm back again with another watch video because ankle's still messed up, and I have a family member here who is having some problems with his automatic dive Seiko with the orange face. So we're going to figure those out for him. His first issue is the crown will only thread on to a thread or two before it stops. You cannot thread it no more. So we're going to take a look at his crown, his stem, and I think that'll probably be it for this watch. So before I start, I need to take this back off, but I need to move the bracelet out of the way. So these have straight through lugs, drilled lugs. So I could detach the bracelet that way, which I'm probably gonna do. Okay, so the bracelet has been removed. We're gonna keep these spring bars. Now we're gonna pull the back off of this. So there is the movement. You can see the balance wheel right there. Balance wheel, you got the barrel and the winding gear right here. So now, how you get this stem out is you need to move the weight over here. There's a little divot right there. And how you can tell that's what you need to press is if you unscrew the crown. So the crown is unscrewed. Now grab it and pull it up, and what you press just disappeared. So watch. When I press this back, you'll see it pop back. That little divot right there. Use wood because it won't scratch the movement. And we're gonna press down on that while we pull the stem out. The stem is out. So now you wanna be careful because the movement will come out now if you tip it upside down. So as long as you are not touching that balance wheel that is rotating back and forth, you can press on the movement, flip it over, and inspect the threads on the case. Seems to be a little dirty, nothing major. So I use wood to clean it off because again, it's not gonna scratch the case. It's not gonna damage any of the metal or the threads. All right. So now I'm going to take a look at the stem. I'm going to make sure that this gasket is seated properly. I'm going to also make sure that it is not gunked up. And then I will get down in here and clean the inside of the crown. Now you want to be careful because some crowns have a O-ring down inside here. This one does not. So just clean out that real well. Try to get into the threads. So now let's try it, see if it helped a little bit. Before you press this in, you want to press down that little divot again. You might have to rotate the crown a little bit to get it to find its home. There you go. While you're pressing that down, you can rotate and move the crown in, and it will slip right in. And there it is. All right, so let's go ahead and lube up the O-ring. To lube up the O-ring, I'm gonna have to actually pull the crown back out. The crown is back out, and I'm gonna grab my Seiko silicone grease. And again, wood, you do not need that much grease for that little O-ring. So I got some grease on it now. Going to grab the crown and dab it onto the O-ring. Now I'm going to apply some silicone grease to the O-ring, just moving along and dabbing it every so often. You do not need to coat the entire O-ring. You just want to make sure there is some lubricant for it so it does not get bound up. Okay, now the grease has been added to the O-ring. I will grab the crown and work on putting the crown back in. And again, it's the same process. Press on that little divot, insert and rotate crown until it seats itself. You can go ahead and screw this crown down. Nice and smooth now. We can go ahead and pop the case back on. So I got the threads threaded in and hand tight. Now I'm going to tighten them up the rest of the way with the tool. All right, let's check that movement now. Threads on a little bit more, not much more. It threads on a little bit more. It seats flush with the case back, so we know it seals up. All right, now we can go ahead and set the time and date. And how I set the time on this is actually go to the day before with the day date. So today is Monday, the 26th. So I'm going to go to Sunday, the 25th. Watch does not have hacking, so you cannot actually stop the seconds. So I'm going to go ahead and rotate this around until it changes to Monday, the 26th. So here we go, 26th, and then we got changing over to Monday. Right now, it is currently 2 o'clock. So it is 2 p.m., meaning we have to rotate to noon because we rotated through midnight for the date change. Now 2 o'clock, and it's actually 2:01. Now, when you're setting the time on a non-hacking watch, you want to line up your minute hand to the correct position, and you do not want to press the crown in to set the time until the second hand reaches the 12-hour mark, which is essentially resetting the seconds. Other than that, we can screw in the crown. We can reset the bezel. We'll go ahead and reattach the straps. All done. Now the crown threads out and can be threaded in a little bit further than just what feels like half a turn. Give the owner a little bit more confidence in the water resistance and just knowing that his watch is working correctly. All right, well, thank you for watching the video. This was another dive watch being fixed. I do have plans to do a full custom Seiko build. I'm debating between a SKX 007 or a Seiko Samurai, but I do have plans to do that. All right, well, if you're having difficulties with a watch, hopefully this video will help you.